Madison Bergstedt. From Greenville, North Carolina, Madison has performed at the North Carolina Comedy Festival in Greensboro and in the Raleigh-Durham area. She also hosts a monthly drag show in Greensboro, and she's been bringing the money for about a year and a half. Please welcome Madison Bergstedt.
Hello! Yes, it is after dark. I can say whatever I want. Boobs, butt, penis. Ladies, have you ever seen a dick that was too big? I have. Look, people with penises, if you're trying to get a woman to sleep with you, don't tell her you have a big dick. That doesn't sound like fun. That sounds like work. I was with a guy once, essentially, and he whipped it out, and it was a foot long, and not that Subway shit, like actually 12 inches. I took one look at it, and I was like, that's not going inside me. Look, I am 5 feet tall. I don't want to be 1/5 dick. That is the wrong penis to person ratio. It's 1/7 if I like you. Alright, we've covered sex, now I guess we'll go to violence. One of my friends really wants me to get a gun because he watches too many documentaries about white women getting murdered. And I get it, like I'm 5 feet tall, that's a very kidnappable size. I'm one day that started out like any other way from ending up in some creepy dude's basement. But I don't want a gun. I don't need a gun. Because like, if I had to make a list of everyone I found to be a threat to me, it would go murderers, rapists, pedophiles who are bad at guessing age, and then me, number one, top of the list every time. Like, I don't need a gun because the calls are coming from inside the house. I am my own apex predator, and she doesn't help. And I don't like violence. I'm not a violent person. I do like threats. I have what I like to call Scrappy-Doo syndrome. It's like a Napoleon complex, but smaller and more in the way. Yeah, I'm a pacifist. I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for like 15 years now or something like that. That is the correct response. Anytime someone moves for that, I'm like, no. Like, they look like they're the kind of person who puts vegetables in baked goods, and no one should be their friend. It's like, this cake tastes interesting. Thanks, I put zucchini in it. Why, Emily? It doesn't make it taste good, it makes it weird, and it's not healthy, it's just weird. Yeah, I've been a vegetarian for a really long time, and whenever you have a diet, you're a vegetarian, a vegan, that one where you only eat butter, people love to ask questions, right? The first one is always like, oh, why? Why? And then I lie, usually. Because, like, I usually am like, oh, well, I just really love animals. Or I rant about the impact the meat industry has on the environment. The truth is, I became a vegetarian when I was a teenager. I didn't give a shit about the ozone layer. It was trendy. But then everybody told me I was doing it because it was trendy, so I kept doing it out of spite. And now if I eat chicken, I'll throw up on you. I'm stuck like this. It's a prison of my own making, and it's made out of broccoli. It's terrible, but I mean, it's fine. People always love to ask me questions, and sometimes the questions get a little weird. Like a lot of people, mostly teenage boys, are very concerned about what I'm gonna do when the apocalypse hits. It's like, oh, but when zombies come, you're gonna have to hide in the woods, and you're gonna have to hunt deer and kill them and eat them if you wanna make it. Kyle, you are wildly overestimating my survival skills and my will to live. My Wi-Fi went out last week. I was like, this is the end. I'm done. Like, it's crazy. But my favorite question that I've ever gotten asked, and I've been asked it on more than one occasion, is, if a cow jumped onto a grill and begged you to eat it, would you? Of course not. I just found a talking cow. That is a literal cash cow. I'm not going to eat that investment. business. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy a handlebar mustache and one of those fun hats, and I'm gonna become a carnival barker. I'll be like, $5 to see the suicidal talking cow, and I'll make a ton of money. And I'll make so much money that I can like buy a nice farm, and I'll put the cow in therapy, and it'll learn to love its life, and we'll live happily ever after. I'm not a vegetarian, I just love animals. Right? I'm not